Hey everyone! So while I was working on my final thoughts on Kingdom Hearts 3, as well as another idea I've been kicking around since the start of the year, I watched some of Jello Apocalypse's In 10 Words or Less series, and I thought, hey, I've never seen someone review every world in the series. That looks like fun! Let's do one of those. So I thought I'd rank every world in the series so far in one burst. Since this is the end of an era, it makes sense to do all of them with no delays before Kingdom Hearts Life by Darkness 146/4.9 coded Rechain 7 is announced in Japan. I'm also going to be doing the superlative awards as well as the plus or minus awards for the repeated worlds in the series. I will say this off the bat, I am not covering the worlds in Rechain, 358, or coded, mostly because no, but also I'm not creative enough to say the same thing 3 times and not sound like a hack, so I'm not gonna. I will rate those 3 as a whole, just cause I like ya. And unlike Jello, I don't really think any world is ironically fun. They're all either just bad, good, or simply great. So I'd like to take a second to define my criteria for ranking things. 0 is a garbage world that is mandatory to progress the story and is frustrating to go through and are so similar to other levels you wonder why they were made. 1 is slightly better, like maybe there was a funny moment or a joke that was well told or a good mini game or a good ability was given to you, you know, things like that. 2 is bare minimum like if the level has an interesting boss or something near endgame of said level to make it less terrible. A 3 is if Sora, or really any main character, makes the world or story of said world better by simply showing up and injecting logic. So it's still bad, but it gets some good boy points. 4 is when the level design is good, but the enemies are weird or simply too easy for me to care. 5 is alright. Like, yep, that was a level. You liked it, but it's not worth a backup save to go through it again on its own. 6 is the first good rating. It means you want to play it again, but only on a whole other playthrough of the game rather than saving at the start of the level and then another save when you beat it. A 7 is when you would skip through the extra stuff in the levels prior to that level just to get to it faster. I often give 7s to levels that are trying something new or expand on an idea in a way. 8 is a solid world, one where you would consider the save situation on the next playthrough just to experience it as often as you want or revisit for the good design in general. 9 is an epic world. The combat and level design are great, but the story is either a bit vague or completely up in the air in terms of a conclusion. 10 is a perfect world. The world has an interesting story, good level design, smart AI, or simply serve their purpose in the story without feeling weird. It doesn't mean that it's flawless, it means it's worth a second go, and is worth the time to play. Like the last level of Mario Galaxy 1 is a great example of this. The final world builds on concepts from before, as well as incorporating a bigger Bowser castle, and it's awesome! So with those out of the way, here is every world in the Darkseeker Saga reviewed in 10 words or less. Who told you guys you could start this game well? Never thought I'd hate a beach, but here we are. Chill town. Can I take a nap in the hotel? I think I'd like to take off your head instead. If Tarzan had pointed to his chest, we'd be done. Giant 3-headed doggo! Also good for grinding. Hey, the villain takes us to the goal. Smart planning. The Space Whale! With some mild indigestion. Unique moves in combat make for good design. Who knew? Time to get spoopy. And that's kind of it. Aw, this is just genuinely heartwarming and sweet. Can we not? No? Fuck! Come on, come on, come on! Damn it, I fell again! So much purple. So very much purple. Kingdom Hearts with cards! A tad long, but man, I cried at the end. New clothes make you go from twink to twunk. Hey look, it's the Final Fantasy part of the game. I wish I cared more about the romance. Oh well. Here, Beast, take your Rosie and sit in the corner. Ow, the edge. Ooh, sick burn. Goodbye. One mildly hard escort mission. Cool finisher though. Wibbly wobbly plot convenienty. Uncanny Pirates of the Valley Ribian. Sora Santa suit strokes a sensitive sensation for my smile. Lamp keep away. Lion PTSD. Man, I hate this movie. I mean world. Stop making me cry, Pooh Bear. You're made of fluff. Button press. Song. Minigame world. Well, you heard the darts. Hack hack thingy thingy tech tech hack tech. Best midpoint ever. The memories make me cry. Pour one up for Roxas. The feels of this world. Sorry, I need a minute. I said I need a minute. Gay! Oh, and Shio and an ice cream are here too. Skipping the tutorial means this world is superfluous. Maleficent's backstory is underwhelming. Will the 7 of you take a chill pill? Barbie Dinner Date Simulator, Disney Edition, Exposition Dump Part 2, or Part 1. My head hurts. Sora in a black licorice bodysuit is a surprisingly good fight. Scrooge McDuck is charming AF. Minigames, the world! Obey the darts, damn you! Herc, before the Wonder Boy years. You guys know we liked the Lilo stuff too, right? Honestly, way better than the first time. Sora's backstory. Oh, that makes everything clearer and more confusing. I honestly like every fight in this finale. Yes, it is real me, young Sora from the past. Wow, I've never been this way before. I wonder why. Go outside! Just walk the fuck out the door. Oh yeah. What happened here again? At least there's no sign of that way. Damn it! Sora, Donald, Goofy, and Mickey. Ow, okay, ow, my head. Fantasia, the game! But in a good way. There's too many Xehanorts, and for some reason a clock. Who knew Nomura liked purple so much? Discount Twilight Town, but with slightly better music. Best tutorial, hands down. Literal boss arena for all of 10 minutes. Oh hey, we get to explore the... Wait, that's it? Was there anyone else who wanted a Buzz Heartless boss? The precious good boy meets Purple Princess Punzel! Must protect! My dad and I on an average Tuesday with the kids. Hey Pooh Bear. Bye Pooh Bear. Son of a bitch! God! Damn it! Why are we on this godforsaken mountain? Good open ocean combat that makes Sea of Thieves quake. San Francisco out of 10! Ooh! Best building transformation and cathartic boss fight, bar none. So much closure, so much lovely, well-deserved closure. Ooh, reflecty. Underused space, but cool end reveal. And that's all of them. Now, you don't want to go back and see every rating, so I've linked in the description my scores, although they will be structured a little bit differently from Jello's. But I'm also going to go through the top and bottom 11 since it's just easier and it fits my channel better. And with so many similar ratings, it'll be interesting to see which 21 I pick for this finale. I'm going to be doing negative first and then positive, because I like ending on a positive note. So yeah, link below and away we go!
Whatever. Happens all the time.
San Francisco. This world is fine. I like the look, the feel, and basically how this is the only world in the series that is 2 rooms and that's it. But man, do I hate the companion and the final boss. Not to say that Baymax is a bad character, he's just not a great party member. I really would have preferred to have anyone else be in the party. And the bug blocks in Dark Baymax is almost the most fanficky thing I'm gonna bring up today.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Chain of Memories. I'll be real here, now that I've played KH3, I've got a soft spot for this more than Coded, seeing as there are actual relevant things in this title now, rather than that being added from later games. The replicas that are introduced here are used in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I'll admit, I didn't see that coming, and it made for one of the better moments in the endgame. Yes, this thing still sucks, and I'd rather chew off my own foot than play it again, but Larxene is there, and Naminé's kinda cute, so it's better in hindsight. Still pointless to actually play since, you know, Kingdom Hearts 3 tells you everything you need to know, but at least it has some likable characters and memorable moments.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Kingdom Hearts 3 100 Acre Woods. I'm one of the few people I know of that actively likes both Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2's 100 Acre Woods. They're a very fun tone breaker from the rest of the game, and they actually made me care about characters I didn't have a strong bond with when I was a kid. And while most people bemoan them because they're optional and are said tone breaker, they were at least optional, and outside of the introduction, it could be skipped entirely. I like them a lot because the length was just long enough that when you see Sora leave, you feel the sadness that both he and Pooh feel as the particle effects away. But not here. Nope. You have like 2 conversations, say hi to everyone, do 3 mini games in a row, and then fuck off for the rest of the game. I know this game went back to KH1's 1 visit philosophy, but even in that game, the 100 Acre Wood was a 5 visit thing that was fun. When I learned that this was it, I was legitimately pissed, because I didn't care that Pooh missed Sora because we hadn't built a real relationship with him in this game. Hell, the only reason we stay is for Rabbit's off-brand voice actor, and that's just not what I wanted. Pooh and the gang just feel like tradition in this game, and they deserve better than that.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Kingdom Hearts 2 Atlantica. I may like water combat and movement, but damn it, why is this world one big minigame? And whose bright fucking idea was it to gate it behind optional boss fight magic upgrades? Looking at you, Pride Lands. And oh, we'll get to Pride Lands, don't you worry. I said before that I liked this level. Despite my own taste, I am aware that games aren't designed just for me, and if 90% of players didn't like this, then it's a problem.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Kingdom Hearts 1 Monstro. Speaking of gamer problems, hot damn Square, do you know how to coherently make a labyrinth? Cause I don't think you do! The only saving grace this world has is that it's comparatively shorter than most worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it gives you high jump. I honestly have nothing else to say, other than I hope this whale gets beached.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Arendelle. This level though, just fuck this place. Now, let me be clear, it's not because it's frozen based, it's not because they do the entirety of Let It Go. No, it's because this world is only the snow-covered mountain and nothing else. When the fucking thing is called Arendelle! How do you fuck this up? I'll touch on this in a bit, but Kingdom of Corona works because it's Rapunzel's tower, the forest, the swamp, the underground cavern, and the town square. It's a kingdom. Arendelle should have been called the North Mountain, which they do actually call it in the game, might I add, or the Icy Tundra, or just something else. If they'd added the town and the troll village, I'd be cool. But no, they just made 8 or 9 different versions of the same snowy landscape, and it's boring. Yeah, I can tell them apart, but it's still just snow. I know this is gonna sound stupid, but if they had added those elements I just listed, it would have made it a lot better like Corona. Frozen and Tangled are basically summer and winter versions of themselves anyway, so what's the harm here? Oh, also, they make you climb this damned mountain, friggin' schmiggin' wiggin', to see the stupid ice palace that we had to sit through her making 2 different times, might I add, to then kick us off the mountaintop, and then the thing is inaccessible. It's just a model that all the characters stand around after the story is beaten, and it's both annoying and creepy as all hell. Plus, anyone other than Marshmallow would have made for a great party member. Maybe we could play with Elsa and help her learn to control her powers, or with Anna and Kristoff trying to get to Elsa, or hell, use Olaf like a snowball pitching machine. I don't know, just something would have worked better than what we were given.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Pride Rock. Oh god, the pain never ends. I have a thing with this story. First of all, I think The Lion King is overrated. I never really cared much when Mufasa dies because, well, I knew about it before it happened, and while it was ballsy for the time, the meme wore me out after a while. And while I love the second half of the movie, much like with Arendelle, we affect 0% of the movie's plot while we're there, and I fucking hate it. Also, Nala is just the exposition bot that keeps on giving in a monotone voice. Here's a wacky idea: make Nala our party member. We already come in with her as our anchor to this world, so her having a unique arc makes much more sense here. Just saying, it'd make me hate this place a little less. Oh, and Lion Form sucks since you can't guard, and the Scar boss fight needs like 2 less health bars or a nerf.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Wonderland. Fuck that cat and fuck that Heartless. Also, why is the courtyard a Happy Meal box? Just nothing about this world is fun for me. The story, the combat, the movie, just
Roxas? Excuse me?
The Grid. This place looks nice for about 5 seconds before everything starts to blend together. I sat here trying to think of all what happens in this world, and I can't. My brain just glosses over the whole plot to protect itself from sheer annoyance. I do remember Riku's ending, and man, I think he really didn't give a fuck that one of his new friends died right in front of him. And I can't blame him.
Roxas? Excuse me?
Deep jungle. Boy, do I hate this world. I hate Clayton, I hate his fight, I hate the movie, I hate the fact that Tarzan takes my combos, and I just hate the fact you can't skip this world. This is one of the few worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1 you just can't skip, and it makes me want to fucking die. Unlike with the Grid or Wonderland, which are at least salvageable by the music, or the fact that flow motion is broken as hell, or the fact that Sora is still cute as all hell, this world has Sora and Donald fighting, the stealth sneak is a bitch, and the movie's plot is kept intact, which is a bad thing here because it took a boring story and added more drama to it that it didn't need. Less drama and more comedy, please. God, that was the one thing Donald was good for in this game. And the #1 worst world in the Kingdom Hearts Darkseeker saga is...
Darkness. It's the smell of...
Recoded. God, I love it when I'm right. And if you aren't up to speed on my videos, in a rather long one called The Legacy of Kingdom Hearts, I talked about how coded was pointless, since even if Journal Riku was in Kingdom Hearts 3, they would have to explain this shit to Sora. And yep, that's what happened. Only instead of it being Journal Riku, it was Riku Ansem from Kingdom Hearts 1 shoved into a replica. And the bug blocks got subbed in for Heroes Nanobots, and even then they're so easy to beat that boss fight is one of the easiest in the series. Have I mentioned that coded is just flat out boring to get through? Because it is. So there's the worst. Now let's move on to the best.
Whatever. Happens all the time.
San Francisco. So, while I'm not a big fan of the boss fights in this world, I did see I liked how big yet cramped the city is. I also love how vertical it all is. Literally every wall within the boundaries of the city is climbable, and it's still fun hours later. And I love that this is one of the few times the series has made it so that Sora actively teaches and enhances the character's moves and lives in a way other than, your heart is your power, which I love and smile at all the time, but this felt earned and more in line with the movie. It made things feel like we were actually there for a purpose in this game, which I can always get behind, even if the movie the world is based on is lackluster.
What are you talking about? I am me, nobody else!
The Caribbean. A lot of people don't like this world because they say the story is complicated, or the graphics are too weird, or hell, just the simple fact that there's boat and underwater combat. And those people are wrong. Yes, while the story is beyond compressed and so damn stupid in this game, I like everything else. I like the crab collecting, I like the ship and underwater combat, I like looking for all the treasures, and just finding things around every corner. I love how Port Royale was just full of people, and the islands were bare, and it made things feel like a real pirate adventure. I loved this world, and that surprised me because it was one of the ones I was at least looking forward to. Although the story is what keeps this from being a 10 out of 10, it's still a great time.
What are you talking about? I am me, nobody else!
Toy Box. Again, I love everything in this world. I even love the story. I love Buzz and Woody as your party members. I love how every store that is open is somehow relevant to the plot, and I just love the passion that went into this world. My only complaint is that Buzz seems to flip back and forth as to whether or not he trusts you or not, and after a while it just got on my nerves. I was also expecting Xehanort to turn him into a boss fight, seeing that's how the story was paced, but no, they just did another flying saucer. But it's alright. Still, the world design and overall execution is what I live for in this series. So great, but not perfect.
What are you talking about? I am me, nobody else!
Kingdom Hearts 2, The World That Never Was. Holy ramp up, Batman! This world is non-stop fighting and it's awesome! When people say that Kingdom Hearts 2 has a great finale, this world is the reason. The atmosphere, tone, music, and just battles are one of the many reasons this ending has hit people the way it does. Also, there's this.
Riku! It's Riku. Riku's here. I looked for you.
Come on, Sora. You've got to pull it together.
I looked everywhere for you.
I didn't want you to find me.
If that doesn't make your heart ache, even if you have no context, then you have no heart. Or you're a nobody, which is still scummy, but we can fix that. I mean, I do own 4 keyblades. I'm sure one of them works.
What are you talking about? I am me! Nobody else!
Digital Twilight Town, going from the end of the game right to the beginning. I like this a lot. The opening drags a lot, but while Kingdom Hearts 2 starts weird, Roxas ends just as strangely. I love so much of how this 2 hours of cutscenes made me care about Roxas more than an entire game did in 358 days. I mean, you really feel for him and how upset he is that he has to go back, and when he gives in, it's really heartbreaking. This 5 hours of gameplay with cutscenes is its own minigame, and it's one I want to revisit over and over again, because without this one mediocre opening, we would not have a good other half of the game.
What are you talking about? I am me! Nobody else!
Birth by Sleep Keyblade Graveyard. Despite how odd Birth by Sleep is to play, I like every fight and scene in this level, regardless of mode or which character. They're all acted excellently, and the final battle between Ven and Vanitas is one of the best ways the series has ended a story. It's the most perfect level in an otherwise shoddy game.
What are you talking about? I am me! Nobody else!
Kingdom Hearts 3 Keyblade Graveyard. This world hurts. I love this place so much. Everyone save 2 characters, finishes their arc, everyone is together, Roxas and Ven finally do the thing we wanted them to do, and it's just so much tears and screaming and badass that I can't do it justice. It's worth 5 years of development just for this world alone, and it wouldn't have mattered if there weren't 7 games backing this one world for it all to come together like this. The emotional gut punches is why I play this series. It makes me feel for what these characters are and who they have become over the course of the last 17 years. And really, what more could you ask for than a satisfying ending?
What are you talking about? I am me! Nobody else!
Kingdom Hearts 1 Atlantica. Now hang on, I know this is kind of like a what the fuck answer, just hear me out. Again, I love water levels. Also, I really just like the fact that Ariel is into anthropology the whole game, rather than Eric's big goo-goo eyes. I love the new design for Sora and the gang. Along with that, Ariel is worth the effort to equip in the party. Is the movement clunky? Yes, but so is the rest of the game. It's not like Kingdom Hearts 1 is the pinnacle for fluid movement in combat, guys. It's a good pace breaker, and who doesn't like a little bit of scat in their jazz tune?
What are you talking about? I am me! Nobody else!
Kingdom of Corona. What do you guys want me to say? I love this movie, and I love this perfect, pretty purple Rapunzel princess and her sexy sidekick. Oh look, Flynn's here too. I'm kidding. This is one of the worlds in the series that did the movie right by adding just enough of Sora and the gang that it makes things make sense while also being its own thing. Unlike Arendelle, Corona feels like Sora and the crew got sent to the movie and helped make it happen rather than simply being there and watching it like it was a movie. My one complaint is that we didn't get to see the Snuggly Duckling or the King and Queen at all, which if that's all we missed out on, I'm still happy. Like I said before, this feels like the Kingdom of Corona rather than just its forest. And that's why Corona is better than Frozen, Arendelle.
What are you talking about? I am me! Nobody else!
Kingdom Hearts 2 Radiant Garden. So much hype. So very much hype, and all of it is amazing. Seriously, from the instant you leave Space Paranoids, it's constant ramp up. Then a fight with Demyx, Goofy's catnap, a gauntlet of cameos, and then a 1,000 Heartless battle that still isn't topped to this day. One thing that puts this over the top of most other worlds in the series, it's not only the hype part in the story, it's also where we meet our villain, and where Sora first gets to see one of the men that is responsible for his life being where it is at that moment. Then it just turns on us, and it has Saïx be the biggest dick, to the point when I first saw this scene, my immediate thought was, ooh, I'm gonna enjoy killing you. Radiant Garden is the centerpiece of Kingdom Hearts 2 and the series, and while the finale of both 2 and 3 are amazing, they wouldn't hold half as much weight without this string of fights. And the #1 best world in the Darkseeker saga is... Kingdom Hearts 3's Olympus. This might seem odd to people who don't know me or really know how I think, but this world holds a lot of weight in my heart. Not only for the fact that it has the memory carried with it of the night I picked up the game and my friend and I talked about what was going on and laughed at how much I had to tell him, which will always make this special for me, but more in the fact that this world was just the beginning of the end. Something many people have been waiting for years, nigh on a decade, is really hard to start a game with. Olympus did what we all wanted. It wrapped up a 4-game arc, finally let us battle the other 2 titans, and allowed us to learn everything the game had to throw at us, all with an old friend, and a new area of a familiar world that we hadn't gotten to see yet. This level is perfect for how it's told, acted, executed, and what it has to teach the player, and how well it does it. I mean, how often do you start a truly great game with a blast from the past that's even half this good? Olympus is where our boys trained, became true heroes, and where we started our last journey in this saga. Where else could I put it but #1? Okay guys, thank you so much for watching that. That was basically just a fun little side project I came up with for no real reason. I've always just thought it was a fun idea and I wanted to do it, but I never had the right vector because Jello started doing it with Disney movies and I don't want to repeat it. I mean, I could if you guys want to, but my big point is that I just want to say thank you so fucking much because this was fun to do. It was really, really fun. It was interesting to find ways of saying unique things about the worlds that were fitting in less than 10 words. Before you go, hit the like, hit the sub, hit the bell, whatever you want to do. Let me know how you guys thought about this. Shoot me other ideas for videos. I'll see you guys next week for a more personal video. And my name is Chris, and I hope you had fun with this. Bye!